presentation of Mavs TV.
Welcome, everyone, to American Airlines Center. Tonight, Dallas plays Game 2 of a 4-game homestand looking for win number 4 of the season. Tonight, the Mavericks are on their home floor against the Phoenix Suns, and the first of 3 matchups against Phoenix planned for this year. Hi, everyone. I'm Mark Followill. Devin Harrison Skin will join me shortly. Of course, I'm sure most of you are aware that are watching the telecast what happened yesterday, and that was that General Manager Nico Harrison was dismissed by ownership. Obviously, the reasons why are incredibly obvious. And so now we move forward with a new chapter for the Dallas Mavericks that starts tonight. There's focus on the game. There's focus on what happens in the front office. All we know, of course, is that Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi will take over as co-interim general managers. And Jason Kidd says his team is focused on winning tonight's game, among the other things they've had to deal with over the last 36 hours.
Yesterday was a tough day for everyone. For the organization. Anytime you lose someone because you've spent, the last four years with, it's tough. But I think when you look at the NBA, the season keeps going. We have to continue to push forward, and that's what we're committed to. We're committed to winning, and we're looking forward to concentrating on tonight's game.
And Skin join me. Devin, again, as I said a moment ago, there's a lot of unanswered questions that we'll be figuring out over the weeks and months ahead. But tonight, you walked these steps as a player in this league and dealt with in-season coaching and general manager changes. What are you thinking if you're on the floor tonight?
In the NBA, things happen, changes happen all the time. But from a player standpoint, you only can control what you can control. You can't control the injuries. You can't control the energy and effort that you play with. And I feel like this team has played extremely hard through all the adversity that they dealt with, even last year and in the start of this season as well. So I know they're focused on winning. They're close to winning. They're understanding how to win games late. They're developing young players as well. So for player-wise, it doesn't change all that much. But obviously, their focus on winning is what's going to be apparent tonight.
And Skin, I think there's a lot of hope that this is step 1 toward a better overall environment around the team as well.
Well, there's a symbiotic relationship between the energy and effort Devin's talking about with the players and what the fans give them back. It works together. The fans buying in, back in this building, getting that energy turned back around is essential to the season turning and going back in the right direction.
Well, they'll try to bounce back from a tough loss against the Milwaukee Bucks on Monday. Dallas was right there, and a big reason why they were right there on Monday night was the performance of rookie Cooper Flagg. Don't want to say it was a breakout game because he's already had a lot of good games, but this one was pretty special. And so more on what the rookie #1 overall pick did on Monday coming up right after this.
Come see why we are different. And by DraftKings Pick 6. Use promo code MAVS for an exclusive sign-up offer.
It's Game 2 of Dallas's 4-game homestand. The Mavericks and Suns play tonight here at American Airlines Center on another Hardwood Classics night. It was a heartbreaking loss on Monday night, but it was an uplifting performance by Cooper Flagg, the best of his rookie season.
Yeah, we've seen the young phenom grow up right in front of our eyes, really taking steps forward, especially on the offensive end of the floor, playing under control, defensively, activeness, starting to shoot the ball a lot better, but I love when he plays in space, and he's aggressive to the rim, had some really big baskets in that fourth quarter, and he's looking to be more of that go-to guy when they need a bucket, so let's hope that continues against this Phoenix Suns team.
Well, he sure deserves to be in the driver's seat tonight, brought to you by your North Texas Chevy dealers. If you're just talking counting stats, it was his best game of the year, accumulating more points, rebounds, assists, and steals combined than any other game this season. He had 26 points, a career high, shot it well, an efficient 9 of 15 from the floor, making outside shots, middies, and scoring around the basket. 9 boards, 4 dimes, 2 steals, as well as he filled up the stat sheet. And certainly it helped for Coop to play alongside the new starting point guard, Brandon Williams. It was his first start of the year and just his 4th with the Mavericks over the last 2 seasons. And we'll see him on the floor, and Leslie McCaslin has a report about him coming up next. Stay tuned. This is brought to you by Home Zone Furniture. Tonight at American Airlines Center, the 3-8 Dallas Mavericks, the 6-5 Phoenix Suns. It's their only scheduled meeting at American Airlines Center this year, and the Home Zone starting lineups feature Devin Booker and Grayson Allen in the backcourt for Phoenix, and a front line of Royce O'Neal, Dylan Brooks, and Mark Williams. Meanwhile, the starting five for Dallas, the same as it was on Monday. B. Will and Max Christie in the backcourt. Daniel Gafford anchoring the middle at center. P.J. Washington Jr. and rookie Cooper Flagg from Duke are the forwards. And let's welcome in our courtside reporter, Leslie McCaslin, with more. Hi, Leslie.
Hi. Well, the Mavs have said all year one of the focuses is to play fast. They have found that pace behind Brandon Williams, who's starting his second game at point guard. In his last start on Monday, 19 points, 6 boards, 3 assists in 33 minutes. Mavs are now 6th in the league in pace. Daniel Gafford told me before the game, Brandon Williams has shown a lot dating back to last year, but now he's developing into the player he wants to be. Mark?
Love seeing him get to the free throw line 11 times, the second most in a game in his career on Monday, and made 10 of those 11.
Speed kills.
And off we go. And three-point shooting is a pretty nice thing to have, and Phoenix has quite a bit of that. But Royce O'Neal didn't take a three when he had an opportunity. Now it's a double team. Grayson Allen made 10 threes, a team record for Phoenix on Monday night, the big win over New Orleans, but he missed that one. Speed kills! Brandon Williams running the floor for the first basket of the game after a defensive stop.
Love the pace of that game. Really got to set the tone.
Do it again.
Max Christie, the pass ahead to the corner for PJ, and the three is no good. Rebound tipped out to Brandon Williams, looks off the defense, and he elevates and detonates PJ Washington.
That could not have been a better first minute of basketball.
That's the way you start a game. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Set a good tone tonight against a Phoenix team that has won 3 in a row and 5 of their last 6. Paint basket for Mark Williams.
They don't spend a lot of time in the paint, this Phoenix team.
They do not. 41 paint points per game is 28th in the NBA.
But outside that arc, it's a different story.
Yes, they take the 4th most threes, about 43 a game. Paint catch here by Daniel Gafford, and he's trying to bulldoze his way through Mark Williams, and does. A finish and a foul for the landlord. 3 possessions, 3 baskets so far for Dallas. They push it here with the pass ahead by Flagg.
Can't say enough with Brandon Williams in that speed. PJ hanging around the basket with the reward, and the big man punishing in the middle. Phenomenal start for this Mavs team. Much needed.
That looked like one of those old Vlade Divac sort of buckets.
A trip to the free throw line here for Daniel Gafford for a 3-point play, and it's in and out.
Rude.
Royce O'Neal with the rebound. Phoenix won 121-98 on Monday in their last game. Dylan Brooks missed a 3. Mark Williams with an offensive rebound. Royce O'Neal puts it down. 4 to shoot. A drive here by Grayson Allen. The ball is knocked away out of bounds.
Love the defense early on by the Mavericks. They're scrambling really well right now.
P.J. Washington with a block shot. And it leaves Phoenix with only 1.1 left on the shot clock.
It's safe to say a 3-point shot's coming on this possession.
Royce O'Neal from the baseline. Devin Booker got it away and missed it. Phoenix 1-4 in road games this season. And here's a drive and kick. And then a swing situation as Cooper goes inside on the drive. A finish inside for Coop. And 4 Dallas starters are on the board now. Now Mark Williams. He's got both Phoenix baskets in this game.
Last possession, that ball movement, touching the paint multiple times, shifting side to side, allowed Coop that wide open gap to attack.
PJ inside, another slam dunk. And Jordan Ott, the first-year head coach of the Phoenix Suns, has seen enough here in the first 2.5 minutes of the game. The Mavericks are 5 of 6, and they lead by 6. Basketball, a Hardwood Classics night. They're playing some 80s music in here. Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. And we're never going to give up Choctaws game within the game. And in the last 2 games, Dallas is certainly not giving up the idea of playing with pace, over 103 possessions, but they're turning pace into fast break points. They weren't doing that early in the season. Before these last 2 games, Devin, the Mavericks were 15th in the league in fast break points, and based on what they've done in the last 2 games, they've jumped to 3rd in the league in fast break points per game.
Brandon Williams is a big part of that. When you put a speedster in there that's pushing the pace, other guys are running with him, allowing them to convert some of those turnovers into buckets, and that's the way this team was structured to play. And they're finally starting to see the fruition of that dream.
They've had some live ball turnovers to feast on too. That always really helps.
By going from 16 points fast break per game to 19, they vaulted from 15th to 3rd in the span of 2 games.
Strong.
Yeah, they're looking for early offense here. It's not a fast break, but it's P.J. Washington saying the defender was too small as he scores in the paint. An open 3. Dylan Brooks. Gafford the defensive rebound. Brandon Williams in the open court, measuring what the possibilities are. And this is a good possibility, a drive and kick. P.J. Washington launches from deep. Royce O'Neal there for the rebound. Running the floor and a nice pass. Mark Williams, easy 2.
There's so much gravity that Devin Booker provides. Jay Kidd was signaling for a trap at half court. That's how well he's playing. That allowed Mark West to come right down the middle, uncontested.
It's a good lineup for Devin Booker to feast the guys that are around him.
From the perimeter, too much on it for Cooper Flagg. We'll have more on it later, but Devin Booker is off to a tremendous start this season. And he tries to dig out a loose ball, but it's swiped away by Coop. And now Coop in transition. Max Christie looking to get on board. Corner 3, does it bounce in? Coop going after the rebound, and he saves it in. Tried to bounce it off. Another Duke player, Grayson Allen, but unsuccessfully. Allen was able to collect it and head the other direction. There was a foul before Royce O'Neal went up into a 3-point shooting motion.
Let's take a look at the Volvo performance plan. I feel like they've already been doing it. I didn't have a chance to even get to my points, but they got to defend them 3-point line. We talked about Phoenix shooting a ton of threes, and because they shoot a ton of threes, going to create a lot of rebounds. So they must crash the boards, and when they crash the boards, continue to play with pace. Something we've seen in this first quarter already.
Let's do that.
Here's Dylan Brooks making the first 3 of the game. Phoenix has put 5 up, and that's the first one that's gone in as Brooks hits it. The 29-year-old in his first season with the Suns, shooting 30% on threes. Good ball movement for a wide open triple. In the game, Moussa Cisse back up with the offensive rebounds.
Provided a big lift with this team. With injuries to the front court, come in ready to play.
And there's good defense in the paint. Knocked away from Mark Williams. Stepping on the gas is Coop. He slows down, he makes a spin move, and it's poked away by Grayson Allen. Here's Moussa.
Doing the dirty work down there. Gets the offensive rebound, powers it back up.
And right into the game. Il est prêt, il est prêt, il est prêt. He's ready. Remember, there's been some problems with that left shoulder, and a hit like that can maybe be a stinger type feeling, Devin.
Just that kind of force coming down on it while you're trying to power up.
Initially got hurt in the Oklahoma City game, and his left shoulder hasn't been 100% since. Max Christie's not shooting 100% from corner threes, but it feels like it's pretty close.
It's close.
Christie on the year, 45% overall on threes, and he's there for the offside rebound as it's missed by Dylan Brooks. Cisse big screen, weaving through the defense. Max. Christie just drained a 3. Dallas lead is 8. Max off the bounce.
Okay.
And he is going up with force and draws a foul. He's limping a little bit. May not have stuck the landing completely, but he's headed to the free throw line.
That's the kind of aggressiveness you must attack the basket with. Shot blockers are in there. Got to go strong.
Yeah. I wonder if he hurt himself on Moussa when he landed. His momentum kind of carried him into him.
Hey, Matt. Mavs fans, DraftKings Pick 6 is now available in Texas, and you can make picks live once games have tipped off. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and sign up with code MAVS.
PJ seems to be a bit shaken up as he comes out of the game here. We'll walk to the back with Mavericks athletic trainer Jana Austin.
So we have 2 starters walking through that tunnel. So, oh, hey, see you in a second.
Well, Coop's back. Marshall went into the game a moment ago. Caleb Martin has gone into the game as well. He had a 1 and 2 on the line for Christie, and here's a chance for a 3 the old-fashioned way for Devin Booker.
Say anybody named Devin, they get buckets. I'm just
it's just part of the name. It's part of the name.
Absolutely.
Born to get buckets if you're named Devin, huh?
All career highs. He's 6th in the league at almost 28.5 points a game. Shooting nearly 51% from the floor and about 40% from the arc. And Book's always been a really, really good free throw shooter, about 88% this year, about 87 or over 87% for his career. Nick Richards has subbed into the game. And going through the defense to drive and put up a shot is Max Christie. Richards doesn't play a big role as a backup center. 10 minutes a game. Booker. Fade away. Oh, my. Oh.
I think he just kept going up because he didn't realize Musa was going to be there contesting.
Phoenix has closed to within 4 after Dallas got out in front by 8 early in the game. Offensive rebound by the Moose. All the way around the horn. Shot fake. Marshall got Richards off his feet, and he slithers into the paint and scores again. In the paint, where he scores so effectively.
Does. Beautiful move. A little bit of an up fake to get the defender to go up, and nice little Euro step.
Dallas already has 9 second chance points in this game. They went into tonight averaging 13, which is 28th in the league in second chance points. Najee. And another one inside. Not as deep as the last shot, which he got almost right down to the bucket. But pulls up and hit the little jump floater in the paint. Now here's Royce O'Neal grabbing that loose ball. 7+ minutes played, 8-point Dallas lead. Dylan Brooks on the spin. Spacing's not there, but Nick Richards still jams it home. Got hit in the face as well. Phoenix has started going to their bench. Ryan Dunn is also into the game. Marshall from the corner. 7 straight Dallas points scored by Marshall.
It's got to be the Dew, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's got to be the Dew.
Yeah.
Coming out really aggressive. Got to love it.
Booker around the defense. A layup for Devin Booker.
That guy is such a smooth scorer.
Yes, he is. Again, 6th in the league at over 28 points per game. And now it's a 7-point Dallas lead. One of his guys, Ryan Rollins, the other night, and that with Rollins in an expanded role this year, he is producing. Now, that can happen. It doesn't always happen. But when Brandon Williams gets a chance to play a lot more, then the numbers have been good in his career. In 21 games, as we look at tonight's Paycom Player Insights, when he's played at least 27 minutes, 18 points, 4 boards, 5 assists, and again, almost 2 steals. You know, going into Monday's game, he was leading the NBA amongst qualifying players in steals for 100 possessions. Now, he dropped out of the top spot the other night, but that is something that he can bring to the table. Speed isn't only something that can impact things on offense. He can be fast on defense, play passing lanes, and that can help overcome his size disadvantage as a defender.
100%.
I just think that energy he brings is what the starting lineup needed. And conversely, I'm looking out here and we see Clay and D'Angelo checking in together, and I like that. I think that's an advantage for the Mavericks.
To have veteran guards who are capable scorers going against some bench-heavy units. Najee has been scoring with the last 7 Dallas points. He got inside and kicked it out to Flag, and Coop missed on the 3. Colin Gillespie has come into the game. So another sub has checked in for the Suns. They've also brought in Jordan Goodwin, so a couple of backup guards are on right now for the Suns. And Dallas has the ball, and we'll see if D'Lo and or Clay can get going against those backup guards that have come in, Gillespie and Goodwin for Phoenix.
Small lineup for the Mavs.
Coop operating. Mid-range jumper, no good. Coop off the best game of his career. 26 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists the other night. A couple of steals and a block as well in that game. Nick Richards is looking for a place to go. He was thinking dribble handoff and finally shoveled it outside. On the bounce, Jordan Goodwin. And it appears Dallas may have held the roller. Nick Richards. Klay Thompson called for the foul.
Mavs have played a nice, aggressive defensive first quarter, 9 minutes in without picking up a lot of fouls. You love that.
Outside to Booker. Headed towards the last 3 minutes of the first quarter. Late in the possession. It's knocked away. It's into the backcourt. Phoenix is in a really tough spot here. It's a deflection and a steal. Before the shot clock ran out on Phoenix, Dallas came away with it. They attacked quickly, and a D'Lo three is missed out of the corner. And now there are numbers flooding forward for Phoenix. Gillespie has to wait, and the three is missed. There's a battle for the rebound, and a foul has been called on Jordan Goodwin.
Just good active hands here by D'Lo, put them in a really tough spot. 4 seconds on the shot clock, forced to throw a pass. Coop, just like that free safety, able to
put the Ed Reed beat on him.
Dribble handoff to Clay. Straight away three.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. His shots have looked a lot better the last couple of games. I feel like he's about to go on a heater.
Is this his night?
Almost stolen again by Dallas. Ryan Dunn, ball bounces off Nick Richards. Richards stays after it, missed on the jump hook. Jordan Goodwin, nice little tip in. Goodwin, that is, as there's a quick shot at the other end of the floor for Dallas. Goodwin had a season high of both 5 boards and 4 assists against New Orleans on Monday. Booker blocked by Coop. Great elevation to go and track it. And then a nice hand by Goodwin to poke it away from Marshall. End-to-end basketball right now. Richards running the floor. Close out by Caleb Martin. Behind the back, Booker. Foul. Shot out of the cannon. Coop goes up.
I mean, wow. At the peak, to be able to recover and just get fingertips on that.
Got it at the apex, man.
Just bouncing off a 2, too. It's so impressive. Kangaroo Steve.
We were talking last week, remember, it was in Houston, Devin. We were talking about Amin Thompson, about bouncy players. And we're here to report Coop's got bounce.
Do we need to report that? Isn't that a given? Haven't we seen that already?
We're reporting for people who might not be aware.
You're confirming previous reports.
Yes.
My sources also tell me, which is one of my favorite go-to.
Booker fouled and went to the free throw line and converted. And so Iguodala has gone into the game. Mesa, Arizona native. Phoenix area in his second year in the league from Marquette. Klay Thompson inside. D'Angelo Russell outside. Dallas got the lead up to 10. It's currently 6. And the Suns will try to eat into that by 2 or 3 more points. They want 3. They get 3. Jordan Goodwin. Little lift off the bench from Goodwin. Playing in his 159th career game between the Wizards, Suns, Grizzlies, and Lakers. Caleb Martin. Short on the 3. Colin Gillespie from Villanova with the rebound. Before that Goodwin 3, Booker had 9 of the last 13 Phoenix points. He's looking for a pass here that Richards can't hang on to. I'm sorry, Iguodala, that is. And then outside, Iguodala did claim it. Goodwin looked over to Ryan Dunn, but decided not to pass it. He's going to drive it, and that's why. 9-0 Phoenix run. Dallas hoping to go score, stop, and get out of this first quarter with a little bit of a lead, but they've already lost quite a bit of it. For 3 missed, Clay. And plenty of time for Colin Gillespie to ease up and get Phoenix into a set. Iguodala screens from Addison. Wow. Colin Gillespie.
I don't think Addison was far enough. Maybe Allen?
Yeah.
Oh, my hometown.
Off balance. Phoenix scored the last 12 of the first quarter. And as a result, they surge in front and take the lead. With the last 12 of the first quarter, they lead after the first 12 of the game, 30-28 here on Mavs TV. Record on Monday night. We bring you tonight's Baylor Scott and White Health Pulse Check. Suns are up to 50%. And the fish stopped biting for the Mavs late in the first quarter. They only scored 3 points in the last 4:33, so their shooting percentage dropped to 43. Paint points favoring Dallas. Bench points are on level terms. Second chance points. Mavericks helped out by that with 9 in the first quarter. Early second quarter foul, 9 seconds in. The call on Oso Iguodala, and Daniel Gafford was the player who was fouled.
How was that on your list of names you like to?
It has not cracked the top 10. No. Yeah.
It's fun, though.
It's fun. It's fun. Stand by for, look, the list can be fluid.
I think the first name of Oso puts it in the mix because it's fun to just say together.
Spanish for bear.
Yeah.
Steal, and here's Colin Gillespie, and he ended the second quarter with the bomb from way outside the arc. He drove inside in transition, missed it, and Dallas trying to sort out their offense, which looked really good. Phoenix shutting down the defensive boards, has played a roll. Here is Daniel Gafford. They see me rolling, and he is headed to the free throw line for 2.
Was the rim hating?
Everyone was hating.
I'm picking up what you put down. It's a good roll here by Gaff. Good vision by D'Lo.
We get Lively in the background. Oh, I wanted it to go.
Derek Lively, Anthony Davis, along, of course, with Kyrie Irving and Dante Exum out of the lineup for Dallas.
That was a local reference, Followell, because that song was produced by Playing Skills of Irving, Texas.
Oh, you know what? I was today years old when I learned that. Yeah. I was unaware.
The legendary Playing Skills.
Well, the legendary Daniel Gafford, who can play and he's got skills, is on the free throw line looking to tie this game up. His first free throw ended the Phoenix run of 12 straight, and he made them both. Gaff for the season is 11 of 13. Nice to see that 84% start for the foul line. Long launch, Colin Gillespie. Defensive board, Daniel Gafford. Gafford looking for the dribble handoff. Phoenix stays connected along the perimeter, so there was no open look for play. But there is an open baseline path to drive and finish for D'Lo.
Beautiful seal by Gafford.
Yes.
Open up that lane for D'Lo.
Oh, here we go.
Steal in the pocket pass. No. Colin Gillespie got it back. Jordan Goodwin having a nice first half. He's got 10 points to lead Phoenix.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah.
11 is his season high. He's already got 10.
I'd like him to not reach it.
Phoenix back out in front. D'Lo from deep.
Oh, no.
Goodwin, here's a closeout by Max Christie, but Jordan Goodwin hits it again. He had made in 6 games only 7 threes all year, but Goodwin already has 3. And the Mavericks take a timeout. 6, Mavericks 32. 3-point shooting has helped the cause for Phoenix, but it's not from the individuals that you might expect. Jordan Goodwin has done a lot of damage, but the Lexus leaderboard for tonight shows that the best 3-point shooters for Phoenix are Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal. Those two bookend Tyrese Maxey and Donovan Mitchell when you look at the top 4 individuals in the NBA and made 3-pointers this year. Now recall, gentlemen, Grayson Allen led the NBA in 3-point percentage in 23-24 at 46%. And I've got a note about Royce O'Neal and his 3-point shooting I would like to share. The NBA, of course, is always providing more and more advanced data and analytics through player tracking cameras in every arena. And they've got a couple of new things this year, which includes defender distance, amongst all qualifying players, approximately 150. Royce O'Neal is shooting open field goal attempts more than any other player in the league. Average defender distance on his shots, 71 inches, so almost 6 feet. Max Christie with the shot out of the corner. And also the NBA has got an algorithm that takes into account defensive principles, and they're measuring how closely players are guarded using player tracking data. And Royce O'Neal has the lowest defender pressure score, is what they're calling it this year. So in other words, the least amount of defensive pressure on shots for any player in the NBA this year amongst qualifying players being taken by Royce O'Neal.
So basically dudes ain't covering him?
Yes.
Well, I just have 4 words for that stat.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you, Devin Booker.
Yes.
That's very, I like how you had a simple response to the very interesting, complicated, analytic NBA stats.
That is a proper deduction.
Leslie loved that, by the way. I looked down and Leslie loved that number. She was very, very interested and intrigued.
She's vibing to the 80s music.
She
at
is.
AAC.
She's vibing.
I love analytics, but some of it is just a little bit tedious, intense.
Well, it is intense. I think that's a good word for it. It's intense.
I won't think about that every few minutes while I'm watching.
Yeah.
Probably not.
You
Just
need
when
to
Mark
think
brings it up.
you need to think about Royce O'Neal and how defenders are covering him and what's going on with flowers blooming in the Atacama Desert of Chile. That's what I need you to think about, Leslie. Here's Max Christie, Euro stepping inside. Cisse going after the rebound. Here's Grayson Allen coming away with the ball, and Phoenix heads the other way. Remember, Dallas led 28-18 in the latter stages of the first quarter. Ryan Dunn, and he is a very good defender, but not a great outside shooter. But Phoenix got the ball back. Dunn missed on a putback after Allen missed on a three-point try.
Dallas has to get back to playing with pace like we saw in the first 5 minutes of the game.
I mean, they were cooking with that pace in the first 5 minutes of the game. Clay stops in the paint, comes up short.
You mentioned a desert a few seconds ago.
Big block by Christie on the drive up the floor by Jordan Goodwin.
This feels like quite the drought for the Mavericks.
Not Atacama Desert level drought, which of course is the driest non-polar desert in the world.
I always say that.
Here's a shot fake by Clay, drought buster. There you go.
Here comes the rain.
The flowers start blooming.
Oasis,
Yes.
Oasis.
Here's Grayson Allen. Oh, Allen is able to maneuver to the defense, but a recovery by Coop. Allen got it back, and it's flipped up and in by Ryan Dunn.
Let's go back. Here we go.
6-point lead for the Suns. Dylan Brooks is at the table, ready to go into the game. Trying to seal and make a catch, and he got pulled to the floor. Cisse was fouled by Jordan Goodwin.
I could see them reviewing this.
2 fouls on Goodwin.
Maybe they just don't want to use it so early.
The coach didn't even look at the bench to even
I'm
remotely.
not interested, right. That looks like a guy fell down.
There's Jordan Ott, 40 years old. He is from McConnellsburg, Pennsylvania originally, an assistant coach with the Brooklyn Nets, among others, in his time in the NBA, and now in his first season as head coach of the Suns. Pull-up miss by Brandon Williams, and it's Oso Ighodaro with the rebound.
Not seeing as much ball movement as we saw in that first half.
Ighodaro around the defense, foul on the floor. Foul on the floor, Musa Cisse. First team foul on Dallas 5 minutes into the second quarter.
A lot of first side shots. See the foul happen before the gather, which is why it's on the floor, where that second hand comes to touch.
Basically, both teams rolling with 4 guards and wings and a big. Look at that play.
Brandon Williams, a deflection, and then he spun away from the defender, raced it down. Yeah, baby.
Love it.
B. Will with great hustle and love the hops in the end. He did multiple things to display outstanding athleticism in that sequence. Then it was a giant killer attempt missed by Dylan Brooks. Klay Thompson picked up an early offense by Devin Booker. Dallas hoping for a spark. Williams just scored. Now he's got an assist. A corner three made by Jaden Hardy, but Brandon Williams back in the game is making things happen. 4 points, 4 assists, and this steal leads to a reverse peanut butter and jam for Brandon Williams.
Strawberry or grape?
Strawberry, of course.
Love it. Thought it was great.
What happened yesterday with ownership announcing the dismissal of general manager Nico Harrison and the appointment of interim co-general managers Michael Finley, who spent a decade of his career with the Mavericks and 15 seasons in the NBA. He's been in the Mavericks front office since 2017, was vice president of basketball operations, and Matt Riccardi, who is a Plano, Texas native. He spent 13 seasons with the Nets organization, joined the Mavericks in 2022. He's been assistant GM since 2023. He was in the lottery room this May. He's got good karma because he was in there when the Mavericks jumped to the #1 pick of the draft. Jason Kidd said before the game, of course, he has competed and been a colleague of Michael Finley's, and obviously impressed by how much he has sunk his teeth into front office work over the course of the last 8 years. And the utmost respect for Matt Riccardi, who was with Jay Kidd when he was in Brooklyn. Remember, Jay Kidd was the head coach there, and also worked alongside him here as Klay Thompson knocks down the three-pointer. And Matt's story is an incredible one of an individual who went from being an unpaid intern with the Nets, driving 1,500 miles to take an unpaid internship across the country, and working his way up the ladder to the levels that he's achieved in his career.
Both outstanding individuals. Obviously with Finn, a mentor of mine coming in since my rookie year, and has done a beautiful job with this front office. And obviously spent some time with Riccardi with the Nets during my time there as well. And like you said, beautiful story, worked his way up from nothing to the position at the end. Both guys are very capable, and front office is in good hands.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think we could get a little bit more on that. Leslie McCaslin heard from players about that before the game as well.
I think we'll all agree, too, just great human beings, have the respect of the players, of us, of everybody on the staff. You've said it. Riccardi basically knocked on every NBA door time and time again to work in the NBA. Of course, Finn's played the game, so he has the respect from the players. They just both seem very real. If you ever see an interview with Matt Riccardi, you just like him. He's just incredibly genuine. So, like you said, they are in good hands, and excited to see what happens.
Yeah, it's very much the Eric Spoelstra story. Matt did a similar thing, as you see Michael Finley, one of the all-time Maverick greats. As I mentioned when I asked that question to Jay Kidd about Finley and Riccardi tonight, you've obviously known Finley so long you were traded for each other back in 1996. Matt's got that Eric Spoelstra story where you just keep sending letters to every NBA team, and ultimately someone finally says, well, and it was Bobby Marks and New Jersey, not Brooklyn at the time, New Jersey Nets at the time, who said, okay, well, I've got an unpaid internship if you're willing to come up here. And that's what he did. And Matt was, again, Plano native, played college basketball at UT Tyler, where he was a team captain in his time there as a senior.
That's why I love internships. It gives someone a chance to prove themselves and climb the ladder. And I love these stories like this. You know, a legendary front office guy here in our area, John Daniels, who helped build the Texas Rangers into their most winning years. His college roommate, A.J. Preller, they both decided they wanted to work in baseball. They just, went to Cornell, and they worked their way through it. And before you know it, they both ended up in baseball doing those internships, working hard, and both turned themselves into major league GMs. I love those stories.
Would love to see the Mavericks continue to claw back into this game. They had a 10-point lead. The pendulum swung big time the other way for Phoenix. Dallas making something happen with some plays by Brandon Williams and Klay Thompson and Jaden Hardy, but Marshall misses there out of the corner. Inside to Mark Williams. Outside to Royce O'Neal. Floated by Royce O'Neal is good.
Tough shot.
That's an interesting story you were telling about the A.J. Preller and John Daniels. You know, the one difference that baseball affords you is you can go to the winter meetings where teams are all there and you might get some FaceTime with people.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eric Spoelstra on his side, I mean, he did the same thing that Matt Riccardi did. Just call and send letters to teams until someone finally says yes.
All right, kid, I'll give you a chance. But hey, once you get in there, you got to show them you're worth it.
3:46 left in the second quarter. Phoenix in front by 6. To the free throw line, Najee Marshall. He was fouled by Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal, the native of Killeen, Texas. He played 2 years at Denver and 2 years at Baylor.
Have you ever wondered where greatness begins? At Softec, we're the origin of achievement. Softec, we drive results.
And if I may go into clarifications corner, when I said 2 years at Denver for Royce O'Neal, I'm not referring to the Nuggets. I'm referring to the University of Denver Pioneers, college basketball. And then 2 years at Baylor before playing in Germany for a season and in Spain for a season as well. Wow. Foul's on the floor. It's on Marshall. Good news is the Mavericks aren't in a problematic foul situation here in the quarter, just their second team foul. I'm sorry, third team foul.
Thought he got him on the way up for the shot.
First foul on Najee. Booker glances up with the shot clock. Still plenty of time. Knifes into the lane. Royce O'Neal, one of those open jumpers.
Thank you,
Devin Booker. Yes.
That's how he gets open shots.
O'Neal is averaging a career high of nearly 13 points per game. Last year, he averaged a career high was 9. Coop got in trouble on the drive, stays after it, tight ropes the baseline, but he finally stepped out. Dogged determination to try to keep the ball for Cooper Flagg there, but unable to do so. Turned it over out of bounds. Five Dallas turnovers in the game. Booker. He's already blocked him once tonight, and there was a good challenge there by Dallas, and it's Hardy who comes out of the pack with a ball. And the Mavericks are running. Marshall, and Williams got a piece of it, and Gafford had the rebound go through his hands. Now Hardy catches up to Devin Booker, but Booker still scores before the foul could be taken. The timeout is what's taken now by Dallas. With 2:36 left in the first quarter, Phoenix has their second quarter, that is. Phoenix has their biggest lead by 9. Crowned champion who will rise to win the Cup this season. Find out November 7th through December 16 during 2025 Cup Nights presented by Dr. Pepper. Buy tickets now at Mavs.com/Cup. And the next Cup night for Dallas is a home game against the Los Angeles Clippers on Friday nights. The Clippers, who are navigating a little bit of time without Kawhi Leonard due to an ankle sprain, found out today they'll be navigating a lot of time, as in the remainder of the season, without Bradley Beal, who needs surgery for a fractured hip. Max Christie in the paint. A flip to Coop. And Coop is able to power his way through the defense, put his head down, went to the hole, and scored with a short runner.
Gotta say, coming in, obviously all the things that he does well, I did not know his left hand was as good as it is. We've seen that time and time again.
You could convince someone he was ambidextrous, and they wouldn't second guess it.
Midi for Devin Booker is good. Booker now has elevated to 16 points and doesn't even have a made 3 tonight. 6 made 2-point baskets and 4 made free throws. Turnover Dallas. Gafford.
Finish this half strong. Can't have empty possessions like that without even getting a shot up.
Started the half really strong, but that's gone away. Phoenix's bench, in particular, Jordan Goodwin provided a lift. And Booker really got going in the middle of the first quarter as well. Nice bounce for Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks has an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Phoenix is just the aggressive team right now. Really putting a lot of pressure on this Dallas defense. Creating some turnovers, and see the reap of the benefits. subtle up fake.
Yeah.
Gets him in the air and does what good players do, create that contact to get the and one.
6 years in Memphis, 2 years in Houston, first year in Phoenix. Dylan Brooks is closing in on 500 NBA games. Tonight is 498.
I thought he had a really good impact on the Rockets.
I concur.
Adding to that, I mean, a lot of it is their head coach, too. But he went and got a guy that he knew would go out there and do the stuff that he wanted.
Gafford going strong against Mark Williams, but then missed the dunk. Three-pointer, Goodwin. Big let-off for Dallas since Goodwin had started the game, making his first 5 shots, including 3 threes. Coop, a 3 off a screen. Yes, sir.
All right.
Moving left off the bounce.
Yes, he just looks so much more comfortable in game 12.
Game 12.
Game 12.
That it is.
Yeah.
You are correct, Sal.
You didn't say that with the confidence.
I didn't have it there, but that's why I got follow-up to my left.
That's good. That's
good
good.
assist.
I'm here to help, man.
Put it on a tee.
I knew he'd have the answer.
Booker draws a double. O'Neal throws the defense with a pass fake and then had to make a late drive because of the shot clock. Here's Coop. One on the floor, slowed down by Booker, and the loose change is picked up by Brandon Williams, and he cashes in. Chance for a three-point play for Will.
Pace, all about pace. Collapsing the defense, kicking it back. I'd see more of this from the Mavs. We saw it in the first 5 minutes of the game. Haven't really seen it since. And I even had just a short conversation with Brandon before the game. Hey, doing a lot of things well, but pace is so important for this team, and he understands that. Got to use that speed for the betterment of the team.
I had a short conversation with him before the game.
Did you?
Yep. Go get him, my man.
Okay.
Yeah, that was how short our conversation was.
I had a long conversation with him at a short dinner.
Yeah.
Earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, we got together and.
Well, there are boos here because of a loose ball foul that occurred.
Fouls under further review to see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant.
Daniel Gafford is called for the foul, and we hear for the first time tonight in his 15th season as an NBA referee from Oconee County, South Carolina, Kevin Scott. Look on the left side.
Yeah.
You want my ref intake?
Yes, of course we do. We always do.
It's probably going to be a flagrant one just because it's a blow to the head above the neck.
Right.
Not necessarily a wind-up,
but there was a follow-through.
There was a follow-through.
Yes. I think you're very likely on to something, Devin.
Anytime there's contact to the face like that.
By the way, we have an update now from Leslie McCaslin. Leslie.
Guys, sorry to report P.J. Washington Jr. will be out for the rest of the game. That is a left shoulder strain. So unfortunate with all the energy they came out with tonight.
And with the injuries they have, that hurts them from an energy and injury standpoint both. P.J. was great.
Sure was.
First 5 minutes, he scored 6 points, was attacking the paint and the basket with determination.
And has been the steadiest Mav all year.
It's taking another defender away to throw at Devin Booker as well.
The referees are still discussing, along with Kevin Scott. You got Nate Green in his 7th year from Des Moines, Iowa, and Inte Wong in his 3rd year from Masan, South Korea. And our good buddy Kevin Scott from South Carolina.
He's got the most distinct voice of the referees.
Well, he is going to announce something very shortly with his distinct voice with 25 seconds left in the first half.
After review, the foul has been determined to be unnecessary. High degree of impact and follow through above the shoulder with an open hand. Therefore, it's a flagrant foul, penalty 1. Brooks will shoot 2, and Phoenix will inbound at the free throw line extended.
Well, you were right, referee Devin.
Yeah, I've seen those time and time again, but it was kind of the follow through that kind of did him in.
I think so. Yeah, I think you're exactly right.
I just realized he's got the same voice as the internet rapper. Have you guys ever seen Krispy Kreme, aka Froggy Fresh?
I'm going to check it out tonight.
Yeah, I'm not going to check it out tonight. But
Listen to it. No, you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. Listen to it tonight and tell me that. I think they have the same voice.
I'll get back to you. Well, there's Kevin, and one of the best in the business, NBA Finals referee. On the line, there's Dillon Brooks. This is 2 free throws and possession of the ball. Mentioned earlier that Phoenix has won 5 of their last 6, and you see why. Not only are they winning the games, but by a significant margin, almost 12 points per game. Shooting threes very well, nearly 42%, and they're taking threes away from the opposition. And the steals, I mean, that's an excellent number for Jordan Ott's young team.
I really like their starting lineup.
And that 10 steals a game that they are averaging in the last 6 has pushed their number for the year essentially to 10 steals per game as well. They're 3rd in the league in steals this season.
a scrappy team.
I'm not sure how much was thought of their chances, but they're playing well in the first month of the season. 6-5 record going into action tonight. Offensive rebound, Mark Williams into the miss by Dillon Brooks. And that's an exclamation point on the work they've done over the course of the last 16 minutes of the first half. Marshall Aheed. At the interval at American Airlines Center, Phoenix has a 10-point lead. They've led by as many as 12. Dallas led by as many as 10 early. But it's Suns 63, Mavericks 53 here at American Airlines Center on Mavs TV. Stay tuned.
V is brought to you by Rooms to Go. Buy the piece, save a little. Buy the room, save a lot. By your North Texas Chevy dealers. And by Grey Goose, make time wait.
We are back from halftime with our Rooms to Go recap. Mavs down 10. Assistant coach Josh Broghammer said, we've got to drive it more. He said, we're doing a lot of the things right, but if we feel like we can get it into the paint a couple of times, good things will happen. He also said that the pace was good, but when Phoenix started scoring, we started slowing down. So they've got to continue to keep up that pace as well. I asked what they do without PJ Washington. He said, look, we've got a lot of guys, so we'll probably cycle them in and out. Guys will come in on shorter runs, but it'll have to be several people to step up in his place, guys.
Thank you, Leslie. Dallas in the first 9 minutes and 34 seconds of the game outscored Phoenix 28-18, but then it was Phoenix 45-25 over the last 14-26, late first and all of the second. Najee Marshall starts the second half with PJ out with the left shoulder strain. Here's Brandon Williams on the drive looking for Gafford. Ball's turned over. Dillon Brooks, good outlet pass. Max Christie's back to defend Royce O'Neal. A 0-0 versus 0-0 matchup. Dillon Brooks hits the jumper from near the elbow.
That's how the Mavs started, with a turnover in a bucket.
Kick ball early in the possession, so 18 to shoot. Trying to get the ball to Cooper. He's being denied. Finally, Brandon Williams works himself free and is able to alley-oop it up to Daniel Gafford. Double on Booker. Brooks already has one basket here in the third quarter. He's got another one on the turnaround fadeaway.
He's a guy you don't want to start scoring.
Just thinking that.
Like, you know, he's already going to be, you know, flapping the gums, but when he starts to score, it just takes it to another level.
Oh, he loves himself.
He's averaging 18 points per game this year, Brooks. He's missed some time with injury, so tonight's only his 6th game of the season. Royce O'Neal looking to make his way into the lane and does so successfully and draws a foul on Max Christie.
Big boy move here, nice pivot away. This takes me back to when Rick was a coach. We used to get these cards in our locker, and they would define your roles.
Right.
And there was a word that he would use, and it was on my card, agitator. Right? That's a big part of like what he does.
Right.
And put him in the same category as a Pat Bev, Deshaun Stevenson, like guys that you hate playing against but love playing with.
Sure.
And I feel like he is that.
You're right.
Agitator is a big part of what he likes to do.
For sure.
And certainly within this context, that has been with from an absolute compliment standpoint to agitate and be a disruptor. And you are very right. You're correct, obviously, about Rick. And I believe in an interview one time he said it's not about role definition. It's about role acceptance.
You know who else is an agitator is Royce O'Neal. And I even think to some degree Grayson Allen, all three of those guys, you know, that's who they have around.
I don't think there's to some degree on that one, Skin. Yeah.
And that's who's around Devin Brooks.
Yeah.
It's way different than, hey, let's have 3 scores and see what happens. It's let's have a score and 3 barking dogs next to him.
Gafford looking for Marshall. There's a steal by Grayson Allen. Open shot for Royce O'Neal in transition.
Turnovers, got to stop.
And Phoenix's lead keeps on swelling. It's now 17. Gafford screening. Saw Brooks go under the screen. Now a drive up the baseline. Brandon Williams to the rim. And it hangs around up there and falls in.
This bounce is legit.
Will you put him in the bouncy category?
I would. Max Christie has set a new career high tonight with 7 assists, but nothing slowing down Phoenix right now. Dylan Brooks has been more than an agitator. He's been a big-time scorer here in the third. It's 75-57 Phoenix. The NBA announced something that had been rumored yesterday, a new format for the All-Star Game at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California, coming up in February. So this will be 3 teams, 2 from the U.S., 1 world team, 24 players, 12 from each conference, 4 games, 12 minutes each. It's a round-robin format. And so how that will go, Team A plays Team B in Game 1. The winning team from Game 1 will take on Team C in Game 2, followed by the losing team of Game 1 meeting Team C in Game 3. And then after Game 3, the top 2 teams by record will face each other in the championship game. So that will be very intriguing to see how all of that plays out.
Agreed.
I like adding new juice to it. Needed.
I was really hoping for a one-on-one tournament.
Who would win that?
Great question. Maybe
Well, you
Wemby.
wanted it.
Wemby.
Oh, yeah.
Put Coop in that one-on-one tournament. He just had a steal and then lost it on the way up, but it's Gafford there to flush it.
Love the defensive pressure, though.
Booker going strong at Christie, but Dallas recovered defensively to deny him a clean look. Off-target pass to O'Neal. Offense resets in the hands of Booker. He draws a double team. Grayson Allen is chased off the line and also had a nice little shot fake as he sneaks in under Coop and reverses.
Duke on Duke crime.
Nice finish by Grayson Allen. Max Christie, great assist night, and there's 3 points on the board for him.
Speaks to Leslie's point coming out of halftime. More penetration. Broke down defense by B. Will to a swing, wide open 3. Must make that defense collapse.
Mavericks are 10th in the NBA this year, averaging 52 drives per game. See if they can drive it again off a missed shot. Here's Coop. He's going to shoot a 3-ball. Drano. Signs of life here from Dallas. Defense has led to offense. They've knocked down some outside shots. Now a foul. Second in the quarter on the Mavs. Back-to-back triples for the Mavs.
So just a simple penetration, not looking to score. Skip past this Coop and a swing to Christie. Coop in transition, sizing up the defense, reading what they're giving him, and knocks down the 3.
Moussa Cisse's in the game.
Very clean look at the rim.
He did. Cisse comes in with rotation minutes over the last 3 games, averaging over 7 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 block shots per game. Cooper now at 10 points with that last made 3. Longest streaks of double-figure scoring before turning 19 years old. LeBron James did it twice in his rookie season. And Coop's got the second longest streak. LeBron had 2 streaks of 11 games. Coop now has 1 of 8 games. Off-target pass behind Musa.
B-Will's got to shoot that ball.
Musa was preparing for a potential offensive rebound. Certainly body language looked that way. Cross court. O'Neal to Grayson Allen, and another tough shot made by Allen. How about these baskets here in the second quarter when he's been chased off the line? The 30-year-old from Jacksonville, Florida. Hey, salute to what he's been able to do here when the Mavericks have tried to take away threes.
Incredible athletic finish, acrobatic around the shot blocker.
82-65. Phoenix with 7:33 left in the third quarter. A coach's challenge is being used by the Mavs here. More in a moment.
Defender exhibits all legal principles of verticality, and the offensive player initiates the contact. Therefore, it's a no call. Successful basket. Dallas will inbound with all privileges and be awarded a second challenge.
This coach's challenge presented by Sprite, used by Jason Kidd. And there is a look at the play. So the basket will stand for Grayson Allen, but there's no and one on Cisse, that is, and it's Mavericks ball.
That's the correct call. You see him go vertical there. I think the contact was created by Grayson Allen. Get on board with that call. Good job, Kevin. Even though you were the first guy to throw me out of a game.
And you did not get thrown out of games very often.
That was the only one.
Oh, I thought it was, and Ben Taylor was involved too, right?
It was Ben Taylor.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Kevin. I apologize,
no.
Kevin. It was Ben Taylor.
Kevin's like, wait, why am I getting drugged here?
Why am I catching strays?
Absolutely right. They kind of look alike, though.
You know, that actually is true. That actually is true, my friend. But they certainly sound different.
They sound very much different. I love his southern twang.
I do too.
Let's go, Mavericks.
You know, in all seriousness, when that play happened, and it was in New Orleans, I believe, and I saw how upset you were, and you were not the player who did that sort of thing. As it rolls in there for Cooper in the paint, I knew that your argument and what you were upset about had credibility.
It did, but I also want to get my money's worth.
You're playing with house money.
And I did. That fine was hefty.
On the move, Booker, Cisse comes over, help defense, block shot, save in, great hustle. There's still a quarter and a half of basketball to be played here. Something good can happen, but not when you turn it over like that. Christie's pass is smothered by Mark Williams, and Royce O'Neal up with a transition 3, and it is good.
And no one near him as he lets it fly, coming from Devin Booker.
To our point earlier. Thompson trying to get free. Cisse holding it. Now knocked away from him on the floor. Jump ball.
Scrum. Scrum.
Well, Musa Cisse doing the kind of things that we know he can do. Block shots and play with high energy.
Absolutely. Love the energy. Diving on the floor.
He had a pretty good 0 to 60 in terms of being able to chase down that loose ball. Blocked the shot, came down, and then accelerated from a near standstill to go save it in.
Energy and effort that we need on the defensive end of the floor.
No question. Jump ball between rookie Musa Cisse and Dylan Brooks, who's in his 9th season from Oregon. A native of Mississauga, Ontario, in the Toronto area. Jump ball 1, shot clock late, running 3-pointer off the glass, no good. Shot clock runs out. Didn't draw iron as Dallas was under heavy shot clock related duress there. Mavericks had a positive push earlier in the third quarter, but they haven't really been able to sustain it. You've got 0 Ryan Dunn screening for 0 Royce O'Neal. Now Booker. Devin Booker changes direction and then throws it for prayer. Volleyball called off the glass by Ryan Dunn. Dallas has it. Empty possession for Phoenix. And the look-away pass by Cooper.
It's actually the right play.
Yeah.
Cisse just wasn't looking for the ball.
I think Cooper, we're going to see as his game develops. He's going to be one of those guys who can make some unexpected passes. And if you're playing on the floor with him, you got to expect the ball at all times. Brandon Williams, and it's an attack, but it's going the other way. Offensive foul.
Cisse was the pulling guard there on that play.
That was more like a fullback.
Yeah.
The lead draw.
Yeah. Like, just come on, follow me, follow me.
Daryl Johnston would like that.
Yes.
Moose would definitely like that.
Heck, Tyler Klutz likes that.
Moose Cisse, the Moose with his Moose Johnston impersonation. For the Mavs, now 3 team fouls in the quarter. Klay Thompson, second of the game. Shot fake by Royce O'Neal, closed out by Cooper. Blocked by Cisse again. Cisse running the floor with Coop, but Coop is fouled before this possession reaches its conclusion. So a technical foul's just been called on the Suns. Was it Brooks? A foul called in transition on Phoenix, and then a technical foul after that. Ryan Dunn was called for the foul, his second, and then the T on Dillon Brooks. Klay Thompson is 5 of 5 on free throws this season. There's Brooks' T.
Wow.
Cooper
said something.
A heave from deep, hit by Flag. Well, Coop battled through what looked like an early shoulder stinger, which we've seen that a couple of times for him this year. Loose ball. Oh, I think Mark Williams got Brandon Williams up high. There was a loose ball situation, and it is ultimately called here on Mark Williams.
A little chippiness going on right now.
There's the loose ball foul. Wow.
That hurts.
The more we saw it, the worse it got.
Interesting that they're not going to look at it, but I felt like after what happened earlier with Daniel Gafford.
For those who aren't or weren't watching at the time, Daniel Gafford late in the first half was assessed a flagrant foul penalty 1, going after a rebound of a missed free throw, and his arm was up in the face of Dillon Brooks and led to that flagrant 1. And
getting a close-up. There's nothing harder than to put a contact in when there's pressure on.
Yeah.
I have trouble doing it in the mirror by myself, let alone people watching you. You got to get to the free throw line.
Oh, the referees have come to the table, so maybe there is going to be. I mean, when you lose a contact lens, then I think you have to consider the possibility of a flagrant foul.
God, they knocked his contact out. That's a go. Oh. In fact, I think there's a windup there.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Wow.
That's a vicious blow, Devin.
It's contact, though, with the face.
It is.
You know, I wear glasses. I'm lucky that at my age I don't need readers, but I do need glasses for far away. I tried contacts once. Would you like to know what happened at the eye doctor when I tried contacts?
Poked yourself in the eye?
1 hour to put in
After
one
review,
contact.
The standard of contact does not be unnecessary. The defender makes what considered to be a normal movement at a basketball play and commits illegal contact. Therefore, it's a common foul.
No windup, no follow through compared to the earlier situation.
Yes. I mean, he's literally going after the basketball. I know.
Real
Scan.
violently.
1 hour, One contact. That's what happened the time I tried. And it's like, no.
Yeah, no
and the assistant at the optometrist's office tried to help and like, I'm going to hold your eyelid open. And she's like, my goodness, you have the strongest eyelids I've ever seen before. Because I couldn't keep my eyes open for contact lenses.
You used to do all that eyelid weightlifting back in your 20s.
So no contacts for Followell.
You're just trying to prepare yourself for a Clockwork Orange situation. I mean, it's very unusual that would happen.
I'm not preparing myself for the worst movie ever. Brandon Williams is on the free throw line. I'm sorry to any Stanley Kubrick fans out there. He did have other good movies, but it wasn't that one.
I did not have that on my Math bingo card tonight.
Brandon Williams' second free throw. Starting for the second time this year. He's got 11 points in this game. He started for the first time this year Monday and had 19 points and 6 boards, along with 3 dunks.
Here we go.
Coop leads Dallas in scoring with 15. Clay's got 10 off the bench. B. Will now has 11. 5 Suns in double figures with Devin Booker's 16. And Dylan Brooks with a good game tonight as well. He's got 18. D'Angelo Russell. 7 minutes in the first half for Russell. And he comes in here with 4:33 to play in the third. Jordan Goodwin. He had a major impact on the game in the first half. He's going back in. 13 points in the game.
This 4:33 is pivotal. You'd love to go in the fourth quarter with a single-digit deficit.
I'd sign up for that.
12 is the deficit right now. Goodwin had it stripped, got it back. Nicely challenged, but a look what I found for Nick Richards. And he scores at the end of the possession. And then a takeaway by the excellent defender from Virginia, Ryan Dunn. Colin Gillespie to Jordan. Gillespie is able to creep in for the offensive rebound. Devin Booker on the drive and now down low. And then a cutter for the weak side. Ryan Dunn is deflected out by Marshall. Jaden Hardy going into the game for Dallas. And the Suns importantly here with only 2.3 left on the clock. And Phoenix will take a timeout to discuss what they can do on an inbounds pass with 2.3 left on the shot clock and 3:50 left in the third. Cheer. Get your tickets today to watch elite-level varsity basketball matchups at the 2025-26 Mavs Fall Classic presented by Sprite. Visit Mavs.com/Fall Classic to learn more. Speaking of something you can find out in November, in the next week, we're going to find out the 3 teams who will directly qualify to the 2026 World Cup from CONCACAF. Nick Richards, who's from Kingston, Jamaica. Oh, wow, Ryan Dunn off the inbounds pass. Well executed coming out of the timeout.
Hate that.
Jamaica could qualify for the World Cup. Officially, it could happen tomorrow when they play at Trinidad and Tobago. They have only qualified for the World Cup, the Reggae Boys, in 1998. So I'm sure Nick Richards is very excited about it.
He can't stop thinking about it.
In the lane. Oh, and it's a big finish. A rim rocker for Cisse on the pass from Marshall. Still certainly plenty of time and opportunity to trim that down, Devin, to that deficit you were hoping to see inside of 10 by the end of the third quarter. But this end of the floor, something's got to happen.
Said it's got to start on the defensive end of the floor. You can't play with pace when you're taking the ball out of the rim every single time.
Well, the first quarter was a very good one for Dallas tonight, and maybe it's going to be about a good start and a good finish. The middle has been a struggle. Drive and finish by Jaden Hardy.
Got the angle, worked it nicely off the glass.
Looking to stay connected. Hardy with the basket. Booker with the drive at the other end of the floor, and a foul. With 2:34 left in the third quarter, a trip to the line here for Phoenix and an opportunity to show you tonight's Whataburger Whataplay.
Cisse's been bringing the energy all night long. Got spicy with it like the ketchup.
He did. Nice.
Rim rocker. Yeah. I'd go for some Whataburger tonight.
Man, it's calling me on the way home every time.
Cisse has 9 rebounds in this game to go with 4 points after that alley-oop finish on a pass from Marshall a moment ago. 3 blocks tonight for the Moose as well. He goes out of the game having played 12 minutes tonight, between 11 and 12 minutes of play for Cisse.
Let me hear those hands. Here we go.
Hard for a rookie to have yourself ready to play when you don't know from game to game, but I guess with the big man injuries that still exist, he's got an idea he's going to get some run. You got Dallas turning the ball over, and there's Richards again. Nick Richards traded last year from Charlotte to Phoenix, 27 years old. Been a good backup center in his career. Klay Thompson doesn't get the bounce. And we're to the last 2 minutes of the third quarter. Phoenix has equaled the biggest lead that they've had here in the game. And it came earlier in the third quarter when they were up by 18. Wow. Booker just catapulted that across the floor to Colin Gillespie. And then a stop by Gillespie. And the little pop on the shot rolls out. Well, he's got Ryan Dunn backing up. Missed on a 3.
I felt good about that. He was sizing it up.
Could be a deep 3 by Booker, but he decides otherwise. Man, you watch Booker, and remember the feeling was that he wasn't a natural point guard when he went and got Tyus Jones a couple of years ago, or last year, I guess it was. He looks very comfortable running point to me. Klay misses on the 3. Russell pokes it out of bounds and into the backcourt.
I think part of it is about role definition too, though. I think those 3 scorers are trying to figure out how to play with one another, and Devin doesn't have to acquiesce to anybody here. You know, it's steered to him being the hub of all of it. Oh,
Grayson Allen from way outside. And Grayson Allen got it back and going upstairs. And Nick Richards will head to the free throw line.
The resistance the Mavericks put forth in like the first 8 or 9 minutes of this game has not been there since.
No, it has not.
Phoenix 11 of 12 on free throws in this game as Richards goes to the free throw line.
Nick Richards for C.
Richards has shot free throws well this year. That's just his 3rd miss in 16 attempts.
That one looked way off.
Off the top of the head, what's that percentage? Go.
81. 81.
That's pretty strong.
It is pretty strong.
I mean, I don't even know if it's right.
I
said it so
I believe it's 81.3.
Oh, this dude's throwing decimals out here.
I believe it's 81.3. Just needed to think about it for a second.
There you go.
Yeah. We have been told that my 13 of 16 being 81.3% is correct. They're trying to put me in corrections corner in the truck by saying it's 81.25.
You just rounded up.
We round up to the 10th of a percentage point here. That's what we do.
For 2 shots.
Daniel Gafford on the free throw line. 2 freebies here for Gafford. Mavericks had a couple of early 3-point play free throws, and they missed their first 2 free throws in the game. They had made 9 in a row until that miss by Gafford, who's appearing in his 7th game of the season tonight. And they're still managing his minutes. His average per game is 20, 8.5 points, 5 rebounds per game this year for Gafford. 27-year-old in his 7th season in the NBA after playing 2 years collegiately at Arkansas. .8 left in the third quarter. Gafford is a point away from a double-figure scoring night. Colin Gillespie keeps a live dribble. And now, he was going to need a visa to catch that one. Ball went out of bounds off Dallas. 8 on the shot clock and 21 seconds left here in the third.
You know who could have caught that?
Brandon Wright.
You already.
The helicopter.
Yeah, you already knew.
Harp gave him a great nickname, the helicopter. That was good. Devin Booker. 8 assists, 18 points for Book tonight. And their other starting DB, Dylan Brooks, has 18 points as well. Good find by Russell. And D'Lo's pass leads to string music for Marshall. A one-handed 60-footer is missed, and we go to the fourth. Phoenix with a double-digit lead over the Mavericks here on Mavs TV. Stay tuned for the last 12. P.J. Washington left this game in the first quarter with a shoulder strain, and bad things started happening for Dallas at that point. Suns began the game 3 of 11 on threes, but they have cooked in the last 2 quarters, 9 of 18. Dallas has some paint protection in this game with 8 blocks compared to only 2 for the Suns. I thought Dallas had a great game plan put together by Jason Kidd, Frank Vogel, etc. on Monday night. And Jay noted before the game tonight that the game plan would have to be completely different. They walled off the paint effectively on Monday, but they were going to be tested on the perimeter because the frequency and effectiveness of how Phoenix shoots threes. And they haven't been able to contain that tonight.
And it hasn't really even been Devin Booker. He's 0 for 2. It's been the Grayson Allens and the Jordan Goodwins and Dylan Brooks.
Yeah,
have done the damage.
For Dallas tonight, Klay Thompson now has a season high in scoring. With that made 3, he's got 13 points.
It's only 13, but there just needs to be a lot more defensive pressure right now. Phoenix started the quarter with a little stroll.
And here's the giant killer attempt by Grayson Allen, and the ball's gone out of bounds, and it's Dallas ball. Nate Green makes the call. You know, to my point about the game on Monday, I just love the game plan put together and the execution. Milwaukee went into that game, guys, shooting 64% in the paint, and Dallas was determined to wall off the paint. Milwaukee only shot 54% in the paint in that game. Party's on. He hits a corner 3, and with 11 minutes to go, it's a 10-point game.
It's a little momentum.
Ryan Dunn sets a screen that completely took out Jaden Hardy, and a foul on D'Lo on a drive by Colin Gillespie.
Let him play. That's weak.
About that one.
That's weak, man.
.48 left as Gillespie goes to the free throw line. Gillespie, yet another one of those players who has turned a two-way contract into a rotation role with the team. Was on a two-way deal with Denver and then with Phoenix. He's in his 3rd year, and this year he's a 24-minute-a-game player for them off the bench, averaging 11 points. Well, there was a 1 of 2 on the line for Gillespie, and then a lost ball for Dallas.
Hard pass to catch and convert.
And it's Oso Iguodala who runs the floor and receives a pass rim side to finish.
That's not a hard pass to catch and convert.
No, it's not. Ryan Dunn up on D'Lo. Foul is called. First in the quarter on Phoenix. And that good defensive game plan and execution the other night by Dallas, that was not a one-off for the Mavs. They went into play tonight, guys, 3rd in the NBA in defensive rating.
Keeps getting better as the year's gone on.
Giving up 110 points for 100 possessions.
Now tonight's not working out that way.
Contested corner 3. Wow, D'Lo.
Tough shot.
Real tough.
Nothing easy peasy about it at all. And stepping into a quick 3 and a response immediately by Phoenix's Grayson Allen. off a 42-point performance on Monday night.
Speaking on the defensive effectiveness that we saw against Milwaukee, as you see D'Lo take it. I feel like what we've seen with this Phoenix team is they're comfortable.
Yeah.
Grayson Allen just comes down up their made basket, just a simple up screen up to a wide open shot.
No,
you must take things away, pick these guys up, make them feel us, and they're just running their offense too comfortable right now.
And Allen again, and a more difficult three, but he still drills it. 9:33 left in the game. It's a Dallas timeout with the Phoenix lead back to 106-90, 16 points. Brought to you by your North Texas area Chevy dealers. Great to have you tuned in for the action tonight. 9:33 left in the fourth quarter. If you're just tuning in, we're going to show you a play from the first quarter. If you're watching then, you remember that the game unfortunately turned for a number of reasons, one of which felt like it was P.J. Washington going out of the game. Here's a play where he puts the ball down. A little coming together, Devin, with Dylan Brooks. And then things were not right with the left shoulder in the aftermath.
And you could tell just the way not moving that shoulder on the way out, definitely bothering him at that point. Just looks like he took a hit on that just the wrong way.
Yeah.
Mavericks playing 48 hours in an NBA Cup game. Second group stage game. They will play the Los Angeles Clippers. Back-to-back Friday night home Cup games against the Clippers and then the Pelicans before completing the group stage at the Lakers on the Friday after Thanksgiving. You can see the gravity there of Klay Thompson. Phoenix was certainly wise to the possibility of him shooting a three off a screen. So then he dumps it off to Gafford, headed to the basket, and a foul. It's interesting how NBA teams and scouts and coaches who prepare game plans, when you got someone like Klay Thompson, you don't look at his current season percentage, do you?
No, he's always a guy and a capable shooter that can pretty much get hot at any moment. So he's always going to get that attention, especially coming off screens.
Ball into Gafford. Brandon Williams back in. And here's Gafford putting it down. Look at the big fella make a move to the cup.
He was getting pressured way out there, so he did what a guard's supposed to do.
And now Iguodala tries to dribble it all the way to the basket and finish with authority, and he missed the dunk. Wow. And then this is what a guard is supposed to do. Brandon Williams, he shifts it into overdrive and accelerates all the way to the hole to score.
That little change of direction at midcourt was nice.
Gafford, defensive board off the missed three by Grayson Allen. It's left for Jaden Hardy. He's chased off the line. Oh, and a big paw out there by Ryan Dunn for the one-handed intercept, and he got it back for the transition basket. A slam dunk by Ryan Dunn, who doesn't stick the landing. He's limping. Cooper Flagg headed the other way and fouled. Foul was on Jordan Goodwin.
Gaff getting pressured, just like Skin said. Attack, the aggression. That comes on the other end, and I guess you would call that a block?
Yeah, I think you got some help from the rim.
Exactly. And then B. Will with the left hand finish in transition.
Yeah, he had a subtle little change in direction and tilted the floor back into his favor. That was so nice.
First free throws tonight for Coop. For the second time in Coop's first 12 games, at least 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists in a game. It is game number 2, and for players before turning 19 years old, only LeBron James and Tracy McGrady have had games at least 15 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists. Second game of the year against Washington. Coop had 18 points in that game. He had 5 boards, and he had 6 dimes. And now here's Coop in transition. Wow, I have not seen a missed dunk bounce quite like that before. That almost went into orbit off the miss and then came down off the top of the backboard, not out of play, but the Suns came away with it. Jordan Goodwin pulls up. The window's still open. No window right now for Klay Thompson. Gafford's got a small on him and converts. Closes the trap on the mouse in the house and forces Phoenix into a timeout.
Mouse in the house. Small baby. Put him in the basket.
Park Casinos and Resorts, where the players play. By Softtech, software engineering that delivers. And by Progressive Insurance, 24/7 protection when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle.
Welcome back to American Airlines Center, celebrating 45 seasons of Dallas Mavericks basketball, the 45th anniversary season with the 4th of the 13 Hardwood Classic games this year. The Mavericks offense has looked very crisp here in the 4th quarter. 6 of 8 from the floor, 3 of 4 from downtown. They're out rebounding Phoenix by a +3. All of that, however, has only produced a 2-point gain on the scoreboard.
The 4th quarters have been a problem for this Mavs team, so it's good to see them get off to a strong start, but
yeah,
it's got to start on this end of the floor.
No, that's a great point. Yeah. 4th quarter offense has been a thing, lack thereof. And this is a stop for Dallas because of the miscue by Phoenix.
Did he step out or was that a carry?
Stepped out.
Stepped out, gotcha.
Let's go.
I think it was on the sideline, not the baseline. Yep.
Fouls called on Phoenix. A moment ago, you just saw Jordan Ott in his first year as head coach of the Suns. An assistant with Cleveland last year. Before that, the Lakers. Before that, the Nets. 7:12 remaining. Phoenix is now at 14 fouls in the quarter. That could certainly be a lifeline thrown out in the water for Dallas. And a late decision as he was on the way down to pass it. Brandon Williams finds Gafford, who was on the way up to dunk it.
Sometimes when you're that patient, you get a 3-second call, but he pulled it off.
Loose with the dribble, Devin Booker. Got it back, and he's focused looking for a shot here. He's got 8 dimes tonight, but that was one of those times when Booker wanted to take it inside and draw the foul. Well, Brandon Williams, 7th assist of the game.
It's a simple play of just finding Gaff underneath the basket, staying patient, utilizes the shot fake, go up for the uncontested slam.
B-Will has filled up the stat sheet tonight. 13 points. He's got 5 boards. He has 7 assists as well.
A superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
And Williams also has 3 steals. Mentioned on Monday that going into Monday's game, now he moved out of that spot with only 1 steal on Monday, but he was leading the NBA in steals per 100 possessions. Yeah, slings it over to Klay for 3.
Nice.
Well, there is the crossing of the threshold.
On another B-Will assist.
Into single digits. Now, can Dallas keep Booker out of the paint? He makes a late decision to go to Dillon Brooks, and he misses the bunny. Klay Thompson calling for it. Christie's got a lot of assists tonight. He's got a career high, as a matter of fact, with 7. Left it for Klay. And Klay gonna jab step and drive. Over to Max Christie. Turns down an outside shot. Klay's not gonna turn down this outside shot. But he misses on the corner 3. A chance to make it 6. With under 6 to play, they can still score. Turnover was forced. Here's an alley-oop. Who can't catch it? Ball's out of bounds off Booker.
Dillon Brooks knew that was coming, man. He baited that really well.
Yes, he did. Good hands there by Gaff.
18 seconds on the shot clock. Let's keep it up.
But hey, good energy here, man. Some defense has really got it going.
The alley-oop certainly would have electrified the crowd, but they still have a chance for something positive to happen here. Plenty of time. Into Klay for 3. 2 empty possessions with the game at 9 points. And you had a real chance to start putting some scoreboard pressure on Phoenix. Booker. They dug out the loose ball and then a reach and a foul. Ball's on Coop.
Picking up the scrappiness. Aggressive level is there defensively. But turn those into stops.
Let these boys play.
Ball into Mark Williams. Right back to Booker, looking for the alley-oop.
Oh, that was serious.
That was a most serious finish.
I don't even think he looked at the rim.
Mark Williams, averaging 12 points and 9 rebounds a game this year. Now Coop attacking. Mark Williams with that reverse alley-oop finish a moment ago joins the rest of the other 4 starters for Phoenix now in double figures. He's got 10.
Late rotation by B. Will. Got to be able to bump that cutter earlier to prevent those lob situations.
Yeah. Should be noted, by the way, Mavs will be in the penalty for the remainder of this game with that 5th foul from Phoenix.
Going into play tonight, Coop averaging 15 points, almost 7 boards and 3 assists. The assist average will go up. We'll see if the scoring average can go up. He's sitting on 15 right now. Leslie has more.
Phoenix's head coach Jordan Otts was asked about Cooper before the game. He said the biggest thing for them is keeping him out of the paint. He said his ability down in the paint, how physical he is. It doesn't matter how young he is. And guys, I think that's something he has really flipped a switch the last couple games. Been more physical, more aggressive. It's like something has totally clicked for him.
Well, certainly he's getting more and more comfortable. It feels like you can sense game-to-game improvement. He had a good shot challenge there on Booker's attempt, but Mark Williams snuck in for the offensive rebound. Steal! Marshall on the long pass attempt by Booker. Marshall finds Max Christie. Yeah, baby! Corner triple! 112-105 Phoenix. The Suns are 1-4 on the road. Dallas making a 4th quarter comeback attempt.
Started on the defensive end of the floor. Getting active. Marshall with the penetration. Finds Christie open. The spot he likes the most. Get to that corner.
Yes, he does. He is cash from the corner. Christie's up to 10 points in this game, along with the career-high 7 assists. And so now Max Christie has the longest double-figure scoring streak of his career with 10 in a row in double digits. First 2 games, he shot it well, but didn't shoot it enough to score in double figures. And I remember before Game 3, Jason Kidd said that night, we've got to get Max Christie shooting the ball more. We can't shoot very well. He's one of our best shooters, and he needs to let it fly. And message sent and received.
You can see it with him with the way he gets his legs going before that ball gets there, and he's putting a really nice arc on the shot. He's shooting it soft. It looks so good these days.
Max going into the game was shooting a little bit over 45% on 3-pointers this year. And he's better than that tonight with a 3 of 6 on 3s. Well, the last time this game was within 7 points, the outstanding statistician Brian Sperry tells us, 60-53 late in the 2nd quarter.
Brian Sperry, fun fact, his grandfather invented the top side.
Whoa.
Yes.
Man. Today years old when I learned that.
Yep.
Booker baits the defense. Nice pass. Williams missed it. It's a good challenge by Cisse. Cooper got hit right in the chops. But Dallas still attacking 4v5, but they've called a foul on the Mavericks.
Cisse again.
Good challenge here. No foul.
Nope.
It's a really good challenge.
But unfortunately, the offensive foul on Cisse gives the ball back to Portland.
I don't know about
to Phoenix, I'm sorry.
I don't know about that one.
I'm getting ready for Sunday. Devin Portland's
I know.
here then.
I'm with you.
Yep. City Edition debuts that night. Officially, they were debuted in terms of on the internet yesterday. Oh, offensive rebound, spin move, and it's poked away from Mark Williams. Dylan Brooks with the steal. And nobody's slowing down the ball until Brooks with the little bullet pass through the defense. And Devin Booker hanging out in the paint.
Can't have empty possessions at this point in the game when you're trying to make a comeback.
19 Dallas turnovers tonight. Klay Thompson rattles in a three. You did speak it into existence tonight, Devin.
Sometimes you just have to. You just have to call it how you see it. And he's been shooting the ball really well the last couple of games.
Klay has taken 17 shots tonight. 16 of them are three-pointers.
Let it fly.
He has been letting it fly. No one's had to encourage him to do so tonight. Get it out of here and get it up ahead. Christie! The flush. It's game on now. 3 minutes to go.
It has all been defense, too.
The Mavericks 10 blocks tonight, their first double-digit block game since game number 81 of last season against the Toronto Raptors. Bluffing the deep three. Grayson Allen chased off the line. And Grayson Allen is headed to the charity stripe. Moussa Cisse just fouled out, but before he fouled out,
sending it away. Nice finish with Christie, but Cisse has been a problem in the middle of the floor. They keep trying him, and he keeps sending them packing.
He's not a sample.
Not a sample.
Unfortunately, Moose fouls out.
Look at those numbers in just 15 minutes. 6 fouls, 9 rebounds.
And 4 block shots.
That is a lot of activity for that dude.
He came to training camp on a make-good contract. He did not have a standard contract. He did not have a two-way contract. It was a training camp invite, and you can battle it out for the last open two-way spot. He earned it, and now he is making his presence felt. Grayson Allen, 82% this year, went to the line and split. This is a 5-point game. It was a great start tonight for Dallas, looking for a great finish. Oh, step out of bounds. Kevin Scott looked like he had a good perspective on it and pointed right to the baseline.
Yep, there it is right there.
Fancy finish by B. Wilbon. Wipe it off the board. 20 turnovers now. Oh, it's a backbreaker. Booker pulls up for a mid-range J. Dallas only 6 turnovers in the first half. They've had 14 in the second half. Dallas another stop. They are still tethered to the Suns in this game. Small driving on a big and making it happen with the giant killer. It's Speedwell. Gentlemen, this thing is now within 1 shot for Dallas. The crowd wants more defense. Defense has been rising to the occasion here late in the game. Looking to keep Grayson Allen out of the paint. He stops. He shoots. It sure is. Scored for Allen.
Good call.
Yeah. We gotta take a look at it.
It looked like it in real time too, though.
Well, now you have the computerized angles, the NBA court IQ, all of the player tracking cameras that are placed in arenas now allow you to have an AI camera determined look at the flight of the ball to determine whether or not you got it before the apex or whether it was on the way down. We saw one spectacular block tonight right at the apex, for example, by Cooper. That was against, I think it was Booker, as a matter of fact, wasn't it?
I believe so. Driving right.
Well, Skin, you said it felt like it in real time, and Devin, you concur. And
After review, replay official confirms the defender touched the ball on its downward flight. Therefore, it is goaltending. There'll be no subs allowed into the game.
Yes, this goaltending is not a dead ball. Even though there was a replay there, a goaltending violation by rule is not a dead ball.
I do like, the goaltend happened. I do like for the Mavericks that they got to regroup there and not use their final timeout. I believe they have one timeout left.
Yes, Mavs have one left.
It's a nice regroup because, as we know, B. Will's a young player kind of running this. They got to figure out what they want to do here. It's such a crucial possession.
You do bring up a good point about B. Will and his youth. Just a couple of games ago, he crossed having played a season's worth of games. 85 games in B. Will's career, including tonight. Williams got in rhythm with a three. It's blocked by Mark Williams. It almost fell for Gafford, but it's Phoenix who comes away with it. There's still some hope, but a lot of things will need to fall in Dallas' direction now. They must get a stop. Phoenix is going to use that clock as their sixth man. Booker tried to kick quickly up for Grayson Allen. Rebound by Gaff. Go. 15 points and 9 rebounds tonight for Gafford. And Brandon Williams will go. Defense swarm Clay. Coop shot fake. Stays behind the line, but missed on the corner heave. And then a left-hand slap out of bounds by Brandon Williams. It is still Phoenix ball. Royce O'Neal going in, and Ryan Dunn goes out. More reliable free throw shooter. A call, a timeout call that is to
Dallas
challenge.
has called timeout to challenge the out-of-bounds ruling.
Well, this is interesting. Dallas has used one challenge successfully tonight.
One of those challenges, what do you have to lose?
Sure. 31.5 left. This certainly would change the calculus of the last 31 seconds if you win the challenge and then score quickly. I got to be honest, I couldn't tell there.
Yeah. Well, that's enough to overturn it.
So as you watch here, and look, this is part of the reason why that these are not referee-initiated replays in the last 2 minutes. Out of bounds. When you look in the last 2 minutes, it has to be a challenge.
Maybe touch it with the pinky.
See, I think, for the duration of basketball before instant replay, when someone knocked it out of bounds like that, it's out of bounds.
Automatic and then go, yeah.
And it's not like, micro engagement of the ball with one of the offensive player's fingers. And I think the feeling was that the spirit of what the rule used to be is kind of what the league wanted. And so that's why these plays have gone to this challenge situation in the last 2 minutes as the only time, rather than referee-initiated reviews on these out-of-bounds plays. So is it off Brooks' pinky?
I got to think they're really taking a hard look at it. I mean, if it was as easy as cut, it'd be a quick challenge. Sure. We'd be moving on. But they're really taking a look, so some possibility there.
The longer it goes, you would surmise the better the chances. But you've got to have a clean look. Well, this is a real opportunity for Dallas to keep the boat afloat. So is it still on B. Will's hands at that? See, and again, you remember, you got to have something conclusive here. And I think, the vast majority of times, because of the number of cameras and the great camera work that exists, not just on our telecast, but across all NBA arenas. and all broadcast crews, you don't have too many situations where you have an inconclusive review, but this one's, and look, there's good looks at it. It's still just tough to tell. Well, the last person on the headset is the crew chief, Kevin Scott. They got to get timing worked out in these situations. But, of course, the most important thing is, what is the ruling going to be?
After review, the replay official has no clear and conclusive evidence to overturn the call on the floor. Therefore, the call stands as Phoenix ball. The game clock will be reset to 31.7, and the challenge is unsuccessful.
Talk about microseconds there.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it certainly looked like there could be a case, but it also legit looks like that there's just no real conclusive evidence. Dallas pressure the inbounds pass, and they force the Suns into a timeout with 31.7 left. Last year, Dallas went 1-3 in 4 games against Phoenix. They're scheduled to play them 3 times this year. This is the only time Phoenix will be here in Dallas. The Mavs play out in the Valley of the Sun on February 10th and very late in the season, April 8th. Phoenix has a 5-point lead. They trapped Grayson Allen, trying to force a miscue. Now Colin Gillespie has it. He's trapped. And after Dallas with a couple of opportunities to try and force a miscue, ultimately a foul will send Phoenix to the line. Grayson Allen. The Suns are the best fourth quarter free throw shooting team in the NBA at 85% and change this year. They haven't been perfect in the fourth quarter tonight. Allen did miss one on a trip to the line at 114-110. Got to put defense in the game. Ryan Dunn. That's the case.
Switchable lineup, all 5 smalls. Don't want to give up any threes in this situation.
Grayson Allen, Devin Booker, Royce O'Neal, Ryan Dunn, and Dylan Brooks. Phoenix came in here having won 3 in a row and 5 of 6. And 4 in a row and 6 of 7 is quite close at hand for them now. Brandon Williams will give up the easy 2 with the explosive finish by Williams. Ball into Devin Booker. Caught the back shoulder fade, ran it into the front court, and another foul. And as we noted earlier, talking about Phoenix coming in having won 5 of 6, their point differential in those 6 games was a +12. So they're not just winning, they're winning games by large margins. They led big, but the Mavs got up off the mat, as we know they can do. Last year they showed it. They've showed it this year. A lot of fight in this group.
Especially in the fourth quarter. Really closing the gap, but just haven't figured out a way to climb that hill. They get there, you just don't make enough plays, a lot of empty possessions.
Big comeback, big comeback to get to the doorstep against Oklahoma City. Actually tied the game with a fourth quarter charge against Houston from down 13. Pulled it within a possession in this game tonight. Both questionable again today. AD has been questionable for the last 3, but has yet to return from his calf strain. And Lively has been questionable for the last 2, but has yet to return from his right knee sprain. Another 48 hours to heal and potentially be in position to play on Friday. Jason Kidd said before the game, AD had a very good workout on the court earlier today.
Everybody's been working to try to get back on the court, but you don't want to rush these type of things. You want these guys to come back healthy.
I mean, you need him. I mean, just need the two-way play that Davis provides, the paint protection and lob threat that Lively provides, and we'll see if that's in the cards for Friday when the Mavericks play an NBA Cup game against the Clippers. They lose the first of their 3 matchups with the Suns tonight. The final score 123-114 Phoenix. Devin.
Got to give a lot of credit to the fourth quarter and the comeback, but after the strong start in that first quarter, just couldn't put enough stops together. Obviously losing PJ really hurt that momentum, but back to the drawing board and try to figure out how to get a win on Friday.
Yeah, we'll see what Washington's injury status is for Friday night's game. He went out tonight with a left shoulder strain. When the Mavericks play on Friday, Mavs Center Court starts our coverage at 7 o'clock, and then it's the Mavs and Clippers in Dallas' second NBA Cup game at 7:30. For Devin Harris, Jeff Skin-Wade, and Leslie McCaslin, and our whole crew at American Airlines Center, I'm Mark Followell. Mavs Center Court with Dana Larson and Derek Harper begins after a brief break. Thank you, as always, for watching Mavs TV, your home for Dallas Mavericks basketball.